Why does it take a kids film to genuinely make me laugh nowadays? Zootopia is actually called Zootropolis in this country, however I'm going to refer to it as Zootopia because I think the original title actually plays more to what the message of the film is. Zootopia kind of came out of nowhere for me. I hadn't seen any trailers for it, I didn't know much about what it was about other than the fact that it was just filled with cute animals. And I am a sucker for cute animals, and damn were there cute animals in this film. So brief summary, Zootopia, Zootropolis, is about a bunny who wants to join the police department in this big city that is normally dominated by predators. Along the way she meets this stereotypical sly fox who never really felt like he could be more than what he was stereotyped to be. And that is a massive message in this film. This film focused a lot on discrimination, stereotypes and prejudice, which isn't something you'd typically expect to see in a Disney animated film about cute animals. But back to the title, the reason I think Zootopia works a lot better than Zootropolis is because it's kind of a play on utopia. And a big thing is that Judy, the rabbit who wants to join the police department, thinks that Zootopia is this amazing, harmonious place to live. And when she gets there, she realises that that's not exactly the case. So it's not a Zootopia, it's not a utopia, it's slightly dysfunctional. And a lot of what we see in the film is very reminiscent of our own society. There are some subtle hints to it, there are some not so subtle hints to it, and while a lot of the hints to it do come in joke form, it doesn't undermine it, it doesn't make a joke or a mockery of the situation. I think it actually highlights it. Because you'll laugh at one of these jokes and then you'll think, hang on, that's a reference to something that we could relate to. Like there's a bit where Judy gets called cute by another species of animal and she says, well actually it's okay for rabbits to call each other cute, but when another species does it, And we all know what that's about. We all know a situation in real life that can apply to. And I absolutely love when a film can get a really serious message across, but in a really entertaining, fun way. Because this is a huge issue that it's tackling, but I didn't feel like it was being shoved in my face and being told to change the world. I still had fun in this film and I got what it was trying to tell me. The characters in this film are great. The chemistry between the two mains, Judy and Nick the fox, is just fantastic. The back and forth is just so fantastic. There are a couple running gags in the film that were just great. And ultimately, this is just a really pretty film. It's so good to look at. And you can tell they really put the thought into how each species would act in this one city that they all share. Like there's different territories within this city, different zones that all the different species live. A lot of it is depending on their size. Like there's a whole city that's dedicated to the rodents, so it's just way smaller than the rest of the city. And it was really clever. Every time I picked up on something I was just thinking, that is so clever. I'm so glad you put the thought into doing that because it just made it a whole lot better for me as an experience. And this film actually has a great plot. I didn't know how it was going to end. I didn't know what the twist would be. And it's a great twist. I had a couple predictions and I was wrong. So it's always nice when a film that you typically expect to be quite simple, easy for kids to follow so that the older people would generally kind of predict what was going to happen, I couldn't. And that's always a good sign. The one thing I didn't like was the shoehorning of Shakira in my face. Mainly because I've never liked Shakira at all. But yeah, that song is quite annoying. But other than that, I liked it. But this is my favourite animated film in a long time. It's going to stick with me, and it really came out of nowhere for me, so I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. But this film was a solid 9 out of 10 for me, just because of the fact that I enjoyed it so much. And I love when a film has something important to say that is relevant to us. This film is an example of why I avoid trailers, because the sloth scene in this film, you can find it in its entirety online, but I hadn't seen any of it, and when I watched it in the cinema, I was literally mopping the tears from my face. They were falling so fast. I haven't laughed that much at a film in a long time. That scene will stick with me as probably one of my favourite scenes I've ever seen in a film. So yeah, this time of year is not particularly filled with brilliant films, but Zootopia is one of them. And I urge everyone to go and see it because it's just brilliant. Thank you for watching my review of Zootopia. I will see you in the next one.